Hey guys, you're watching That Tattoo Chick. I just wanted to take a minute to show you guys this beautiful spot that I ran across whenever I was going on a walk. And it's kind of secluded from the road, and it's got this beautiful little, it's beautiful. And there was a little spot that was, kind of a little overhang that was built over it for someone to sit. I don't know whether it was supposed to be for fishing or what it was supposed to be for, but I'm glad it's here. Because I come here to sit here and relax and meditate, and yeah, I love this place. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about was, or talk to you guys about, is how sometimes we get stuck in our egos, and we get to the point where we want everything to happen now. We live in a society of now. You can get mail immediately. You don't have to wait for days. You can talk to people thousands of miles away on video chat and still see them and talk to them. We live in a society of now, and a lot of us have forgotten how to just let things be, and that's especially true on a spiritual path. It's especially true for the spiritual person. A lot of times students, spiritual students, and we're all spiritual students to one degree or another. Very rarely do even spiritual masters are spiritual students. So we forget that things don't work on our time, that the goddess doesn't work on our time. And when we're striving to learn the elements, we're striving to get to know deity, we're striving, we're doing all this research, and we're doing all the grunt work, and we're doing all that, and some people are like, well, I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere, and then they come to me and they're like, I'm having trouble connecting, I don't know what to do, I'm trying to find my goddess, and I can't seem to get a straight answer, or I'm trying to find my deity and can't seem to get a straight answer, or I'm not really connecting with this element or that element or any of the elements or anything like that. I'm having trouble doing this, having trouble doing that. Okay, well, the first thing that you need to realize is that a relationship with deity and a relationship with each one of the elements cannot be forced. It's kind of like, you don't like it when somebody comes up to you at the bar or anything like that, and then they start trying to force their company upon you. You don't like that, Well, kind of the same thing goes in working with the elements and getting to know the elements and getting to know deity. One of the things, it is necessary to work at it. You do have to do the grunt work. You do have to do the research. You do have to accumulate the knowledge. That lays the foundation for the wisdom to come. And without that, deity will never come to you. Deity will never, you'll never get to know the elements one-on-one. If you don't do the groundwork, you have to do the groundwork. So yes, accumulation of knowledge is extremely important, but don't get dismayed when things don't happen right away when you feel like they're supposed to. Because life and deity doesn't run on your schedule. Things will come to you when you are at a point in your life to receive them. Not when you're ready to, or not when you're ready, but when you want to take them. You can't do that. And I had to learn this in working with the elements and in working with, the goddess. You will know when the time is right. You will know when a deity or an element is introducing themselves to you, and that's exactly what it's going to be like. You know, they're going to hang back. They're going to hang back and they're going to watch you. And those energies are going to feel you out, see what you're going to do, and when it's your time, then they will present themselves. You know, I've seen you around, nice to meet you, you know, and things will go from there. It was like that for me with the element of water. I always saw myself as a fire element. And while it's good to know your element, I wouldn't base my entire being on that one connection. Because if you just focus on one element and you just say, well, I'm fire, I'm earth, or I'm earth, you know, you just keep screaming that, you lose sight of the bigger picture. There are other elements involved here, and you want to develop a balance with all of them. You know, don't focus so much on finding your element, because eventually you know, they will all speak to you and they will all balance out in your life. You know, it's... And another thing that I think people need to recognize, I know that a lot of people are hardcore into astrology and stuff like that, and what sign you were born under, and yes, that's cool, that's very important, you know, but I wouldn't base, like my birth element is Earth. I'm a Virgo. I'm actually a Virgo Libra cusp. I was born on September 22nd. So, you know, there's that. Did I ever see myself as an Earth element? No. Never did I see myself as an Earth element. That's not what called to me. That's not, you know, what I felt was me. You know, my element was fire. Even other people, you know, that had just met me were like, you're a fire element, you know, and in a way that's all well and good, but I've come to the understanding that that's just one element that I've gotten to know really well, and now water has presented itself to me. You know, I've been studying about it for years. I've been studying these elements for years. You know, I have the knowledge, and now I'm gaining the wisdom, you know, of each of these elements. And I thought that I had that when I was doing all this research and all that, and I had it memorized, you know, what each one of these elements did. And then I quickly came to realize that I really didn't know anything. You know, I'd done the groundwork and I'd laid down the foundation to receive that wisdom, but I didn't have that wisdom. I found that out, and water is actually what taught me that. And because it was, you know, I've gotten very connected here lately to water. I'm still learning water, you know, I still need to get to know earth and air a little bit better, but that will come in its due time. That will come when I'm ready to receive that wisdom in my life. You know, and I will continue to lay down the foundation for that dialogue to open up, you know, with those elements. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about, guys. Whenever you feel like, you know, it's just taking too long, well, think about it. But that's probably Deity's way of weeding out those that aren't serious enough about this path, weeding out the weak, so to speak. And